what's going on here. Elon, do we not understand what is happening here? All these racists are coming to your platform because it's a come up.
Okay.
And you're essentially putting money in their pocket. Do we not see this pattern here? Do we not see this? And we want to wait until these boys get rifles and want to go up a school before we want to do something. The problem is right now they're making the blueprints and we want to say free speech. It's a group of people who attack another group of people. It's not about freedom of speech. You're not here to talk about your job. You're not here to talk about your politics. You're not here to talk about your finances. You're here to do one thing and one thing only. I can't say this to these people in real life, so I'm going to say it on the internet because they can't find me. And Elon is not going to do anything to me.
And they can say it back.
It is your boy Keith, and I am with, you guys may remember him from the hit 80s television show, The Cosby Show. We got another special guest. He's come out of retirement. Y'all remember Bud from The Cosby Show?
Okay, I'm about to say, don't. I thought you were going to call me somebody else.
You feel old now? What am I going to call you, Bill Cosby?
Mr. Puddin himself.
Oh, does that make sense to you?
No, but you would say some dumb shit like that.
A lot of the free speech merchants on Twitter love it because they claim that they have quote unquote free speech. And I am on the other side of that because I think there is no regulation on Twitter. I think it is the wild, wild west. And I think too many of these influencers on the far right antagonize so many groups of people by calling them every slur, by calling them every name in the book, and there's no penalty for it. In fact, it's the opposite. They make money off of it.
Okay.
Their tweets are still fully monetized. We talked about Andrew Tate on this channel saying some crazy tweets. We talked about, what's that girl's name? Lily Gaddis saying crazy tweets. The crazy part about it is of all these tweets where they use the N-word, where they use the pile of sticks word, look that up.
Okay.
All those tweets were fully monetized and they made money off of it. So it's like Elon is telling these people, no, come on, come one, come all. This is a bag for all y'all over here. Wear your hoods, don't wear your hoods.
Well, it seems like you're trying to take away people's freedom of speech. It seems like that's what you're opposing, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need you to elaborate on that.
Bro, like, at the end of the day, I don't make the rules, but hey, our Constitution gives us the freedom of speech as Americans. We have the freedom of speech, and I feel like if we have it, it's your God-given right here, you should be able to exercise it. Now, when it comes down to the extremist stuff, like when you go in that extremist lane, okay, you done cross the line on some, when you talk about genocide and stuff like that, that's going too far. But I feel like if you want to say vulgar names about people, hey, you free to do so. That's why Elon got it. But you also have a right to say something back. You don't always have to put up with it. You can also mute people. Like, you can regulate what shows up in your feed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to hide and say, oh, this person hurt me. Like, bro, either you can say something back and not get penalized for it, or mute them. If you start regulating things like just taking people's accounts down because, oh, this person said this about me, that's just the beginning. You don't know what's going to happen if people see that and like, oh, we start banning accounts. Next thing you know, this is getting censored. Next thing you know, this is getting regulated. It can get out of hand. So I feel like, and if you don't like it, don't go to the West.
Freedom of speech, to specify, protects you from the government going to jail, sending you to jail, so you can say something without the fear of the government coming to your house, putting you in the cuffs and saying, is this you, sir? Come on, boys, put him in the back of the truck. That's what freedom of speech protects you from.
Okay.
So everybody has that freedom of speech in this country.
Yeah.
So what a lot of these free speech merchants talk about on the internet is not free speech. People understand that there's consequence to what they say. You can't walk up into somebody's church and say whatever you want.
Okay.
You can't walk up into somebody's business and say whatever you want.
Okay.
You definitely can't go into a school and say whatever you want.
Okay.
The only place where these free speech merchants, where they claim their free speech is being taken from them, is on the internet. If you're a free speech merchant, I dare you tomorrow when you walk into the office and you see that secretary, I dare you to tell her she has nice knockers. I want to see how long you last. Literally. I want to see you won't make it to lunch. And most people know that, understand that, don't do that, and don't have a problem with it. Until they get to the internet, now all of a sudden, all your freedoms are going to be taken from you. To me, it's disingenuous. You know you can't just say anything to anybody. you know that on the internet you are protected by anonymity.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where you are. Nobody knows who you are. Half the people who argue about free speech, they have dogs in their profile picture. It's literally like a dog with sunglasses in their profile. With an American flag in the background.
Okay.
I'm like, bro, you're protected by that, and you know you can't be held accountable. The only people that can hold you accountable is the people at Twitter.
Okay.
Elon. So that's why I'm looking at them, man. Like,
no, but I think that's a beautiful thing about the internet, because you can say things and have a little bit of anonymity. But what you brought up earlier, right? When you said, oh, you can't say that about go to school and say that, or say that at your jobs. You know, majority of the time, those are privately owned. Of course, you can't just go up there and say anything you want. Like, it's ran by someone else. I know you're going to be like, Twitter's ran by, owned by Elon Musk. But Elon Musk came in and said, hey, we need more freedom of speech. That's his territory. So he's giving people that freedom to do that, exercise it. Outside of, like I said, outside of having some weird agenda on some genocide shit.
I respect people who try to get steam off their chest. Like, if you're unhappy with a political party,
okay,
or you're unhappy with something that you saw or something that happened to you, I understand getting steam off your chest. But where you go around launching slurs at people, harassing people, then you get paid to do that. We as a country, we pride ourselves on diversity.
Okay.
We pride ourselves that none of us are from here, but we all work together, banded together, and help put this great country together. Now, all of a sudden, we not only do we allow these people on the platform, we pay these people to intentionally be divisive just because under the guise of freedom of speech. Like, no, to me, it's completely disingenuous because it's a group of people who attack another group of people. It's not about freedom of speech. You're not here to talk about your job. You're not here to talk about your politics. You're not here to talk about your finances. You're here to do one thing and one thing only. I can't say this to these people in real life, so I'm going to say it on the internet because they can't find me. And Elon is not going to do anything to me.
And they can say it back.
Elon Musk. You understand that. That's how you built your empire. How can you understand you need rules at SpaceX, you need rules at Tesla, you need rules in all your other business ventures, but then when it comes to Twitter, you don't want to have rules at all? How does that make sense?
Tesla and SpaceX is for Elon. Twitter or X is for the people.
Oh, man,
That is for the people.
Not you being
Give the people a
What
mic.
people? What people?
Everybody.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
Okay. What? Oh, you saw when Andrew Tate was throwing around the N word, he tweeting for the people.
He tweeted. He has the freedom to say.
He
He has the freedom to say what the hell he wants. Even if we disagree with him, he has the right to say whatever he wants.
I'm not arguing freedom of speech. I'm not.
And we have the right to call him a dumbass on Twitter.
I'm not arguing. I think you're misconstruing what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I'm not arguing freedom of speech. What Andrew Tate is saying is protected under freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to argue that. I'm arguing there has to be rules and regulation. There's none, which is why these people, these certain people, these free speech merchants, that's what I call them, say and launch all these hate speech and slurs at people.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they can't go outside their driveway and say whatever they want to whoever they want and scream it to the high heavens. That's protected under free speech. But if you can't do that at Costco, you can't do that at Best Buy, you can't do it at Texas Roadhouse, why can you do it on Twitter? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why is there no regulation on Twitter? These same people complain about free speech, understand that concept everywhere else except for the internet. Do we not see what's going on? Do we not understand what's going on here? Elon, do we not understand what is happening here? All these racists are coming to your platform because it's a come up.
Okay.
And you're essentially putting money in their pocket. Do we not see this pattern here? Do we not see this? And we want to wait until these boys get rifles and want to go up a school before we want to do something. The problem is right now they're making the blueprints and we want to say free speech.
First off, if you're a racist and you have an account and you get followed by other people, y'all were already racist to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, it's not like, oh, I'm going to make some new racist. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't agree with what they're saying, you don't have to follow them. And if you don't like what they're saying, you can mute them. I don't think Elon had to change shit. It's you letting this happen to you. That's your problem. If you're getting influenced by this, you letting it happen. You could have not followed that person, or whoever you follow that probably, you saw that on their fucking timeline. You could just, not follow that person. You can mute anything that's coming in. You can mute videos. You can mute images. You can mute text now. Like, bro, like at this point, if you get influenced and you just sad and hurt by what someone said, you let that happen to you. You got to be responsible. We're grown ass adults. Unless you're kids and you're just going all willy nilly on X, your parents need to do better. But if you're a grown ass adult, bro, like, and you get affected by people saying wild shit on X, if you ain't producing that same energy, get off the Wild West. Like I said, if you know it's the Wild West, don't go to the West. Elon is more like akin to like Vince McMahon holding a Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying?
You really everybody, make that comparison? We really want to make that comparison?
I don't care. I know the history, okay, but it's an analogy. Shut up. All right. I know what kind of time you own, and we don't mess with that here on this channel. All right. But if a Royal Rumble is going on, you see people in there hitting each other with chairs, all that is getting crazy, and you say, I don't want to be a part of that. Don't get in. Don't get in. Like, once you get in, you get hit across the head with a chair. I'm in the crowd like, you should have saw that coming. You should have saw that coming. You knew damn well what was going on. Why did you get in there? You could have avoided that. You could have just sat in the crowd with everybody else and just not enter the match. Like, come on, bro. Same thing with X. If you don't like what's going on, don't get on it.
In those crevices of those Twitter spaces where it's invite only, this is where these people can make the quote unquote blueprints for their extremism. This is their reach. Yeah. When they can get on there, because we all know Andrew Tate tweeted all that N-word stuff,
of course,
to stay relevant. But his reach was 10 million, and he got paid for that.
Yes.
And this is where these Fuentes people, these David Duke people, they can reach.
Okay.
And because there's no rules or regulation, these platforms grow. And then when they become extreme and they go shoot up an HBCU, now we're talking about thoughts and prayers. So y'all free Nick Fuentes and all these other racists on the platform. Guess where they can fester? Guess where they can multiply? Guess where they can have spaces where they feel safe to make shit up? Well, we didn't even talk about the misinformation that's on Twitter. There is nothing beautiful about slinging mud on both sides. Ideally, you want a platform where everybody can coexist, not where it's literally Captain America, Civil War, everybody fighting each other. You don't want that. You don't want that. We're on social media connect. I don't want that.
You don't want that.
I want to get on Twitter and I want to be able to look at inspirational quotes, sports updates, biblical stuff. That's what I want to get on.
Then go to Instagram.
I don't want to get on Twitter and see some there's a random tab called following where random tweets just pop up, I guess, and see somebody say this is some activity on some random white boy in Australia. No, I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. I don't want to see some random Ku Klux Klan member with a dog account with sunglasses on with an American flag in the background showing a black man getting in the 1930s. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. I don't want to see that.
Okay, see, now when you put now that goes under the category of extremist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Okay, everything before that.
Oh my
okay,
God.
You know what I'm saying? But when the lynching thing, okay, that's the extremist shit right there.
I don't want to see that.
But they also probably saying on the other end, I don't want to see people talking about Black Panther shit and black movement. Like we say, it's both ends saying the same thing basically to each other. We should have the freedom to do that. I ain't saying who's right and who's wrong. I'm just saying this is a platform where people are free to say what they want, and we should keep it that way. And if you don't like it, get off or mute people.
What's up, y'all? I'm Keith.
This is your boy Eddie.
And I appreciate you guys. Let's shoot it again. I messed up. What's up, guys? I'm Keith.
And this is Eddie.
And we want to say, guys, we appreciate you guys watching this entire video, and we would really appreciate it if you would
like and subscribe.
Okay, that was my line, but we appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. There's more coming where that came from. If I said that right.
Yeah.
We're coming with that. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.